Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your patience. Give us a couple minutes to let some people come in. Happy Friday. Ha, I see you. Stasia. Listen, I'll be right. I'm actually right here, but I'm so busy messaging y'all and stuff because I realize I do talk to a lot of y'all. So thank you for coming in if you got my message. And we're going to get into some shit. Let's go.
Sad me in love that you cannot miss. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system you cannot break. I need to find belief. But behind my mind, all these nights I've died. I need to give up my head. I need to be done my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, when it tries to take me out, tell you why I'm here. I'm ready I need a free mind. I need to free my mind out. I really need a really need I really need a free mind out. I really need now. Freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now. God has to set me free.
Hey, shout out to all my Sagittariuses. It's Sagittarius season. What's up? Woo! Who just want to rock? I just want to rock. Woo. This song gets it. Lil Uzi Vert. We're going to get into some of this stuff, though, because I don't even know if I should be shouting him out. They got me. I'm just over here doing my TikTok choreography. Don't mind me. The children are happy. You're getting some of these creepos off the streets. Woo! If you're in the replay, I really appreciate you with your patience. Go ahead and skip through this, but this is the lit part. Who else is sick of seeing this challenge? Anybody who ain't did it yet, don't even bother. All right, I think we can get this thing going. I think I'm falling in love. Woo. Falling in love with myself all over again. Hey. That's what it's about, baby. Self-love. Some of these people just need some of that, I think, that we're going to talk about tonight. As you can see on the screen, there's a lot on the agenda. We might have to split this up because tomorrow is Saturday. I'm supposed to be here tomorrow. I don't even know why I'm here, but I just felt like throughout the week, it's just been too much going on. Too much going on. Too much going on. I see y'all in the chat. My warriors are here. Come on in, warriors. Let's go. Thank you for the prayers. Okay. I just realized I didn't upload some pictures I need to show. So give me 2 seconds. Man, I need an assistant. Where's my assistant? Uploading theme. A lot on the agenda, man. I think we'll start with R. Kelly. Let me know who y'all want to start with based on who you see on the screen. Let's put these people in order because I don't really know where I'm even starting at. It's too much. I'm still uploading a couple pictures. Hold on.
To the one you're relying. I've been wondering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind. My mind, it runs. All these thoughts are troubling. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to pick me up. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah. I really need time now. I need a free mind now. I really need my now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need a free mind now. I really need mine now. Oh, yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Sad me in love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system.
Okay, thank you so much for your patience. You know what I'm saying? I know you are. Your time is valuable, and I'm ready to go. So let's do this official like.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world, peace. Let's do that again. Peace, world, peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior baby. And I'm here live with you on a Friday night. Oh, man. It's Friday, man. You know, I got to, we got to cue up the Friday jam here. We got to cue it up. Or we should have queued it up. You know, like, what is she talking about? Give me a second.
It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Let me see you go back. It's Friday. 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 Gotta hate the big Friday. Gotta hate the big Friday. Gotta hate the big Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday, in case you didn't get the memo. In case you didn't get the memo, baby, it is Friday. Am I losing my voice? I felt like I was catching a cold. So I drank some of my magic tea. I think I'm good. It's all in my head. It's all a mindset. Remember that. Whenever something's happening, it's all in your mind. All right. So what's up, chat? Warrior chat. I'm going to say hi to y'all real quick. Let me scroll to the top of this chat. Wow, Wayne. Yeah. Thank you for holding me down as you do. True soldier. Thank you so much. Love warrior. Hey. Yes, you're at work, but thank you for coming in here. I think you might pop in the chat. I don't know. Chrissy Power. Yes. Chrissy, are you a mod? If not, let me know if you would like to be. Not that I really need mods. We pretty peaceful over here, right? We don't really have those problems, but I'm just saying, you real steady with me. I appreciate you. Miss Michelle Hurd, hey to you. Hello, hello, hello. Hug the babies. It's late for them. They should be asleep. Scrolling. Republicrat is here. What's going on? Happy Friday. Miss Della. What's going on, Queen? Good to see you. I am going to drop the link in case. I don't know if you want to come in because there's a lot of political happenings right now. Or you can come tomorrow because I know tonight I didn't even let you know I was coming live tonight. But anybody who would like to come up, there's the link. I should actually pin that, huh? Let me go over to, I have to go over to YouTube for that. I'm in StreamYard. Let's see. Good vibes, though. Good vibes. It was a full moon last night. I don't know if it's still today, but reaping the benefits of that energy. Okay, let's see. What's everybody got going on? It's Friday. Y'all just chilling? Okay. There we go. Your girl got it done. Your girl got it done. The link is pinned. So in case anybody comes in, mods, you can let them know the link is pinned. If anybody wants to join, come up here and just voice your opinion. This is Goddess Dawn Speaks, but you know what? It's Warrior Speaks. If you want to get something off your chest, if you want to chime in on this topic and you don't feel like typing, come on in, come on stage. Join the fun. Right? So hoot and a fucking holler over here. Okay, let's get into R. Kelly. I see y'all voted for R. Kelly to be the top topic tonight, which doesn't surprise me at all. This is kind of an R. Kelly channel. I hate to even lean into that, but that's just what it is, child. Miss Diamond said hi. Hi to Miss Diamond. Okay, Aisha, did I say hi to you? Hi, Aisha Stockton? Yes. What's going on, love? Joel Jackson. Okay, you want Wendy after R. Kelly. Okay. Let me make a note. I think I have Brittney after her, but that's cool. We could do Wendy. I'm writing in my notes. Okay. Let's talk about it. So if you guys have been popping over to my community post, you would have seen the post earlier today that R. Kelly had dropped some music. And this came from TMZ. So of course I roll with that. I don't even know if I read the full article, to be honest. I'm working at the same time, meaning this is work too, honestly. But I'm, doing my business work that pays my bills and sustains me. So throughout the day. So I'm not really reading these articles throughout the whole thing. Not all the time. And I didn't have time before I came live tonight. So with that being said, let's read it together. I know enough about it, but basically it was an unauthorized drop, it turns out, and it's already been removed. I know that Jennifer, his lawyer, Jennifer Bond Cockroach, yeah, we're still calling her that, she made a statement about it, and let me get to that, actually. I gotta make some room in my photo gallery thingy. It's telling me I can't upload pictures right now. Okay, so let's see. All right, we'll do this one from Variety. Do I need to share the screen? Do y'all care if I share the screen or not? I'll go ahead and just share the screen. Why not? Bring y'all along on the ride here. I don't know if whoever was in here when I was talking about Lady Gaga's dog walker, which was actually a really good, that was a good live. We talked about a lot of things, but that story was actually really interesting. Anyway, I had played video of him and Gayle King and all kind of stuff and left the dang picture up the whole dang time. Didn't know, because I don't have up here. That's why I like to have like a co-anchor so I can have eyes on the ground. But that's all good. I'm remembering from my errors here. All right. R. Kelly. So new R. Kelly album. This is, what was posted. And this, I guess, is an update. New R. Kelly album, I admit, is a bootleg, not an official release, Sony rep confirms. A new official appearing R. Kelly collection, provocatively titled I Admit, which any of us who already have been following R. Kelly's stuff, we know about the I Admit song, like the 19-minute I Admit that didn't admit shit. It's gaslighting or whatever you want to call it. It appeared on streaming services, including Spotify and Apple Music on Friday today. Although reps for Sony Music, which owns the rights to much of the singer's catalog, stressed to Variety that the album is an unofficial release, and they put i.e. a bootleg, and did not come from them, even though the copyright line on the album reads Legacy Records, which is Sony Music's catalog division. I'm already coming to some conclusions here, but let's not jump to any. An attorney for Kelly, Jennifer Bone Cockroach, we call her Bone Cockroach in case you don't know. During the trial, his attorney referred to the witnesses as cockroaches in her closing statement. I think she called it a bowl of cockroach soup or something like that. Nevertheless, we didn't like that. We don't like that. It's not okay. And I'm going to continue to stress that. But yeah, so Jennifer Bone Cockroach tells Variety that the singer's camp is not behind the release either, and that he is having intellectual property stolen from him, and that's in quotes from her. Kelly is serving a 30-year prison sentence, in case y'all forgot, after being found guilty of multiple sexual misconduct-related charges in New York last year. He is awaiting trial on similar charges in Illinois. Oh, this is awaiting trial. Oh, they must be talking about the state trial, which we still don't know what's up with that. But he's had 2 trials. Is this a recent article? Because, yeah, why did they say we're okay? Well, anyway, he's awaiting trial on similar charges in Illinois and other jurisdictions. Okay, well, Variety is clearly not on top of things, because he's had a whole trial in Chicago also. We're waiting on sentencing in February. This coming February. Where's my gong? Yeah. And, not to kick a man when he's down, but we need these victims to have, he needs to face them. That's the whole thing. It's not necessarily about adding on so much more time. We know he's in his late 50s. We know 30 years is pretty much a life sentence for him. We know that. Let's see. A source close to the situation tells Variety. Oh, wait. I skipped something. The album was removed from Spotify and Apple Music on Friday afternoon. This content has been removed from the platform at the request of the distributor. A rep for Spotify told Variety. Well, based on just everything that's been said so far, guess who can solve the problem? Spotify, Apple Music, whoever is on the other side of that upload, they can tell you who uploaded the music. And it could have very well been Sony trying to be slick, trying to earn money. You know what I'm saying? They know good and well that he has supporters for his music, especially. Like, some people really don't support him as a person or his personal behaviors and issues, but they still will play and bump the music. So for whoever did this for money, and we don't know who did it. We don't know. It could have been his team. She's saying it's not his team, but they lie. They've been lying all these years. So we know that we really can't really trust anyone's word on who's the responsible party. But nevertheless, it got cleared up real quick. I mean, it wasn't no sooner than I posted the fact that it was released that I had somebody in my comments telling me it was unauthorized. Then next thing you know, the article came out that confirming that, and that's what that is. Now, I was on TikTok earlier, and I came across somebody who was live, a gentleman, a nice gentleman, talking about R. Kelly and his music being dropped. And I listened for a few, and see, this is where I run into problems on social media, especially when R. Kelly is brought up, because I feel like I have like an internal catalog of facts when it comes to R. Kelly and his cases, and even stuff behind the scenes. Like, it's a lot of storage here in my mind when it comes to R. Kelly. Thankfully, I figured out a way to, it's a long drawer, but like a safety deposit box. Y'all seen those safety deposit boxes, how they're set up like that? I have like a whole safety boxes in my mind, and that's one of them. But all that to say, as soon as I'm, 2 minutes into his commentary about the music, he's giving out misinformation. So of course, I got to chime in. I'm in the chat. I'm trying to figure out, he had a whole subscription thing set up. I was like, oh, hell. But see, I get very obsessed when it comes to getting things straight. I do not like, it's hard for me to just bypass some people lying about some stuff. But anyway, I ended up jumping in his chat and telling him, because the way he said was, they've dropped a lot of his charges. They've dropped a lot of his charges, and he's in an appeal process now, and they're going to probably drop the rest, and he's probably going to be free. And I'm like, excuse you? No charges have been dropped. The appeal itself hasn't even been officially approved yet. I don't even know if it's fully been filed in New York. So what are you talking about? So he saw thankfully, some people on his panel would read my messages, and he had no choice but to respond, because I think he was going to try to play it off like he didn't see me. He goes, no, there's charges are being dropped. I saw that. Let me find it. So he leaves the screen, and he comes back like, well, I saw it somewhere. You might be right. I don't want to give out misinformation at all, and I'm like, dude, I've been covering this story. Like, I'm trying to tell you, do not even bother, because it ain't there. So this is the whole thing, though. People, there's even on YouTube, there's people who just have blatant lies in their headlines. Like, I saw one today on a YouTube short saying that he was free. He was out today, and it was an old picture when he was released from one of those bond situations. Or I'm sorry, was it a bond situation? Yeah, he needed people to post bond for him. There's a lot of fake news out there with regard to R. Kelly, and I don't know if they feel like if they spin the narrative, it'll change the narrative. I don't know what the point is for people, these spin masters. I think some of this stuff is paid work. I know for fact Tory Lanez, and we'll get into that later. I feel like now my my social media fight has switched from R. Kelly. Well, I won't say switch, but I would say that R. Kelly has been moved to the back burner, and now we got Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. It's really the state, California, versus Tory Lanez, because the state actually picked up the case. Okay, Megan did not file this case on her. Like, she didn't go to them and say, I want to press charges on this motherfucker. She did not do that. I think people are confused. There's so much confusion around the stuff. And I have a drawer for this too. It ain't as packed as R. Kelly's, but enough for me to be able to be on Twitter. But like I said, we're not there yet. So let's see. R. Kelly. So yeah, he claims to be, according to Bonjean. Let me pull up her statement. Actually, let's pull up her statement real quick. Maybe they have it here. Let me finish reading this first. A source close to the situation. Oh, I read that. Did I read that part? No, I didn't. Okay. A source close to the situation tells Variety that the album was released by the Los Angeles-based label Real Talk Entertainment, which was founded in 2003 and has a lengthy discography, including releases from Bone Thugs and Harmony and early 2000 rappers like Chingy, Freeway, and Young Buck. Although it's not clear or whether the company acquired the rights to the Kelly recordings or the rights to the name Legacy Recordings. It seems possible that some or all of the recordings could have fallen outside of Kelly's contract with his longtime label, Sony Music's RCA, which parted ways with the singer in 2019. And Kelly sold or licensed those rights to Real Talk, although that speculation. The album is distributed by Grooves, which is owned by Universal Music Group. A source tells Variety Grooves has terminated its agreement with Real Talk. Reps for both companies did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Real Talk. So what is this? So it sounds like that's like an independent situation that somehow, and see, that kind of tells me R. Kelly might be behind. It sounds like some Keith stuff to me. That friend Keith that keeps his money and all that. This sounds like this really does sound like Don Russell, but I think he's locked up, isn't he? I think Don Russell's locked up. I know he has his second sentencing coming up in a couple weeks, actually. Maybe even next week. I think it's the 17th. I'm not positive. But or the 19th, one of those days. But yeah, this don't sound right. Somebody definitely on the Spotify or Apple Music side of things could probably, if they're or if they're just saying it was somebody from Real Talk, somebody can look up this business and figure out who's behind this. Like, this is ridiculous. This was R. Kelly's life. This is why he's where he's at, because there is too much confusion around him. And that's the pure devil. The devil, the author of confusion. And R. Kelly swirls around him in everything. Like, this is a mess. Look at all these names. Real Talk and Sony and Universal owns the album. Like, what? In Grooves. Who is In Grooves? Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so the album's title comes from a 19-minute song Kelly released in July of 2018. Y'all remember that? In which, contrary to the title, he essentially denies the long-standing sexual misconduct allegations against him, which he has from the start, from before 2008, okay? The album is a collection of previously released and unreleased material, primarily dating from the latter years of Kelly's recording career, although released tracks have been floating around on the 15 years. He continued to release music as the allegations against him mounted in 2018 and 2019, sometimes through RCA and some on SoundCloud and other services. So yeah, he has music all over the place. He has people like Don Russell out here, peddling his music around. People are continuously just sucking off of this guy like leeches. It says, while it's surprising that such controversially titled unofficial release by an artist such as Kelly was posted on the world's largest streaming platforms without setting off any alarms, hundreds of thousands of songs are uploaded to the services every day. And the copyright says Legacy Recordings, which is the name of Sony Music's catalog division. However, official Legacy releases bear a Sony Music Entertainment copyright. So they're pointing back at Sony Entertainment. They're saying they're going to have more as the situation develops. So, I don't know. What do y'all think about this bull? This is some bull. Let me come back over here. What do y'all think about this? Y'all ain't even talking. Rihanna and Zamir. Oh, their mom said hi. Hi, Mom. And Alante. Hey, Alante. Go to bed. I've been telling people to take a nap all day on Twitter, especially. Take a nap. Okay, so y'all ain't got no opinion on this at all? Y'all want to talk about it? We can move on. I also wanted to talk about, Miss Della sent me this today about R. Kelly. R. Kelly's Christmas dinner. Yeah. There from that he's gonna have for Christmas dinner at the correction. R. Kelly and his fellow inmates at the MCC in Chicago will reportedly feast on baked Cornish hens on Christmas. The convicted sex trafficker will also chow down on macaroni and cheese, green beans, and cornbread dressing for his Christmas Day meal on December 25th. A spokesperson for the Federal Bureau of Prisons revealed the inmates will also have a choice between sweet potato casserole or a holiday dessert. I can't even imagine that jail edition sweet potato casserole. Like casserole or pie. I don't know about a sweet potato. I love me some sweet potatoes, okay? I actually have replaced potatoes with sweet potatoes. I used to eat baked potatoes and stuff a lot. But I will cut them things up and put them in the oven, make some fries, season it just right. It's so good. Okay. Additionally, the inmates will get holiday bags filled with various consumable items. Oh, so they're going to get like a little stocking. The MCC spokesperson confirmed this. Kelly and the prisoners. Kelly and the prisoners. Why does that sound like a group? Kelly and the prisoners will also be allowed to participate in a variety of holiday contests and board games. Wow. They really stretch Christmas out for the prisoners. You know, they get to play games and have holiday contests. Contests you don't think have in board games. Operation. I'm really dating myself with that. Operation. I had that when I was little. We reported that turkey was not on the menu for the prisoner holiday due to an alleged turkey shortage. Did y'all know there was a turkey shortage? Per radar, Kelly's breakfast options on Thanksgiving were cereal, fruit, and a breakfast cake or milk packet. A milk packet. It also says that for lunch, they dined on macaroni and cheese, sweet potato casserole, green beans, and cornbread. So the same thing they're going to have for Christmas. I hope it's not the same actual food. You think they froze the leftovers for Christmas or made enough for Christmas so they don't have to cook? Put in the freezer? Instead of turkey, chicken was served, according to the report. Additional menu items were vegetable lasagna, beet and carrot salad, and a hot dog bun with no dog. They eating good in there. All these homeless people out here. That's why some of these people do commit crime so they can get incarcerated. Get them, what they call it, a hot and a cot. A spokesperson for the MCC previously shared that for Thanksgiving holiday, the prison will be offering a variety of holiday events such as a card tournament, art contest, board game, and a walkathon. Kelly is serving a 30-year sentence as they keep repeating that. Yeah. The disgraced R&B hitmaker is currently awaiting trial on similar charges in Chicago. Yeah, they said that. Well, the activities, you know, a walkathon. Where are they going to walk? They're just walking around the track, or they're like, can you open the gates? I'll show you really how far I can walk. I can walk real far. What's going on, Hazel E? Okay, so that's that on that. Listen, I'm done with R. Kelly. That's enough of R. Kelly, okay, for the rest of the year until February when we get his sentencing for the Chicago federal trial. I don't know why they want to act like that didn't happen. They trying to act like that trial never happened. They didn't even mention it. But what are we talking about next? Wendy and her situation. Wow. So, you know, Wendy Williams, I don't talk about Wendy a lot because I don't know. I just feel like I've always been a huge fan of Wendy Williams, child. Anybody who likes to, sip some tea, celebrity tea, they know Wendy's the GOAT. I used to listen to her when she was on the radio in New York. I think when she had R. Kelly's brother on there, that was kind of around the time I started listening to her, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? But so this is her and her husband and son, ex-husband, excuse me, during happier times. Since this picture has been taken, a lot has changed with the dynamic of this family. Last time I reported on Wendy was when the bank froze her assets, or they, had told her she needed to appoint a guardian or something. Her previous fund manager had reported them on her and said that she had she had people taking advantage of her money, basically, and that she wasn't mentally able to handle it. So they somehow got a court order and took over her money. Love warrior. Yeah, they took over her money. Oh, you're off? Well, the link is pinned if you want to join me at any point. I don't know if you need to unwind. But yeah, so we just finished talking about R. Kelly, in case you weren't able to hear or listen in on that. And that so-called music drop that happened, that was really seemingly a PR stunt. Or I don't know if it was somebody who was either trying to get money, trying to make some money off R. Kelly, which has been happening, or it was R. Kelly and his people, trying to get money, of course, and also keeping, his name, celebrity up or down. You want your name out there. You want to be talked about. I'm telling you, I don't care what they say. You're in a scandal or not, because that's a part of the game. If they're not talking about you, you don't exist. But back to Wendy. Michelle says she heard she has a new man. I've heard she had a new man a couple times, but I don't know. I hope so. And I hope he's a good one. If so, but we're gonna get into Wendy, and so let's start with the ex-husband. His name is Kelvin Hunter, but for whatever reason, he's called Kevin. So I'm just gonna call him Kevin. But just know that I do know that his name is actually Kelvin. So Kelvin Hunter, her husband and former manager, has been in the news because he's saying that they've messed with Wendy's money, and now they messing with him because he can't pay his bills. He's crying broke. He's saying that he's about to lose his house. If you recall, the marriage ended, I think, primarily because of the baby he had on Wendy with his now fiance. Or did they get married? Sharina Hudson, did they get married, or are they still engaged? You see the ring on her finger. And we're going to talk about her in this also. Okay, so let me pull up the article about Kelvin or Kevin. Okay, let me get rid of this R. Kelly stuff. Hold, please. I think it's still in my email. I emailed it to myself. So one-man band over here, baby. Where my assistant at? Taking resumes, applications, cash apps. It's not a pay gig. It's a pay me gig. You got to pay me to do the gig. Okay. Let's see. Where did I sent it to myself? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I guess I could share the screen. I don't want to share. I'll just leave his picture up here for y'all. All right, you see the headline. I have no money. Oh, hail to the queen. How this come on when we talk about Wendy? And look at Wendy here. This is a horrible picture of Wendy. Can y'all see this? You see how they got her? Oh, you can't see it. Let me share the screen because you guys to see this now. Poor Wendy, man. Poor Wendy. Look what they've done to this woman. And that's the irony of this story about Kelvin. I don't know why I said I was going to call him Kevin, but I just can't do it. He said, I have no money. He can't pay his bills, and he faces home foreclosure after Star stopped alimony payments. In the shocking court filing exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun, Wendy's ex claimed his monthly payments, which were made by the Star as agreed to in their divorce, suddenly stopped in February of 2022. So February of this year. Poor thing. Oh, brother, this is sad. Kevin asked that the court order Wendy's guardian to make payments as contractually required under the MSA and severance agreement. And this is a whole grown-ass man, by the way. A whole grown-ass man who managed Wendy, who was a producer on her show, right? He was a producer, or what was his role on her show? I know they fired him, and that's part of his issue. So he earned a living through Wendy, basically off of Wendy's back. So Kelvin was like the United States of America, and Wendy is the slave. That's how that relationship was. And he has the nerve. Okay, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. As the U.S. Sun first, U.S. Sun, damn. All right, I'll give it to the U.S. Sun because they did their work. As the U.S. Sun first exclusively reported, Wendy, 58, was placed in a financial guardianship earlier this year. In his filing, Kevin told the court, see how they call him Kevin? His name is Kelvin? Okay, but anyway. Kevin told the court that he 100% depends on the payments, which were agreed to in their marital settlement agreement to live. He 100% relies on his alimony payments. A grown man who had a whole living, a good one. And with that living that he was having and money he was making off of Wendy's back, Kelvin was taking care of a whole mistress almost the whole time. And now what? You can't live, you can't pay your bills now, Kelvin. You can't pay your mortgage. You guys gonna have to downsize, downgrade, pawn that engagement ring that they say costs $18K. I'm sorry, $80K, not 18, $80K, they said. Let me get on with that though, because this is what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. This man is disgusting. This man is disgusting. He saw 100%. He needs this. This is what he's. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the homeowners association. Now I'm behind on that bill. Oh, you can't mess around with the homeowners association. They like damn near like the IRS. If the homeowners association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow, Kevin said in his pleading to the court about the home he shares this and their love child. Yeah, he had a whole family. He had a whole family on Wendy while they were married, living off of this woman, supporting his family off of this woman. And truth be told, the reason Wendy looks the way she do, she used to look like this, well, in her better days. But the reason she looks like this now is because of Kevin. You did this, Kevin. Kelvin. You did this. If you would have taken care of your wife the way a husband is supposed to, especially one that's living off her back, okay, she would not be looking like this. Y'all would be living, she probably would still have her show. You know what I'm saying? Like this didn't have to be like this. Yo, Love Warrior, happy Friday, welcome. Oh, your mute is on. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Yo, Friday, Warriors, it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Yes, what's happening?
Talking about this Wendy Williams situation, child.
Oh my God. All I can think of.
The husband. What's your thoughts on the husband claiming he's broke now because her payments to him stopped? Now, they say the payments stopped in about February of this year. So he's basically been sitting around on his ass all this year, letting shit pile up. I don't know what, maybe borrowing, begging, and stealing to pay his bills, until he's now have to come publicly and file paperwork, which is now come out in public and embarrassed him. But what are your thoughts, love?
I got two things that come to mind. First is, why does Wendy have to continue to support? Why is it her responsibility to take care of him?
Thank you.
What? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, you started a new family, and you got your woman, you got your child. Why does she need to continue to take care of you? You're not with her anymore. You've had these businesses, these restaurants, and all these businesses. What happened?
And not only is he not with her anymore, he's been supporting his mistress, his fiance now, and his
right.
that he had while he was married to Wendy, which is so disrespectful.
Okay.
Like, who the fuck?
Like you said, Wendy looks like that because of what he, took her through.
Absolutely tore this woman down.
Now we know she used to like to party. She's admitted to her history of liking to party and indulge.
And again, I'm gonna address that.
But
I don't remember if he was also taking drugs with her, or was he just helping her just sustain that? Because I was gonna say he should also have been that man to make sure she wasn't doing. There's I'm pretty sure in the entertainment industry they do they little bumps and they little this and that, but she's doing it to the point of like
she got addicted.
No return.
She got addicted. Yeah, she got addicted, and he probably did indulge with her at certain times in a party type of atmosphere, but he never was addicted. And so,
and it probably benefited him for her to be all looped up like that, because then he could go run off and be with Sharina and do all the other things he was doing.
Okay.
And that's what they do to these celebrities. They get them doped up and, control their lives. And he was her handler, basically.
Okay. That's right. He handled the money. He handled the schedule. He handled everything. Had her locked down in her robe in her big old house. Her son started, growing up. He's getting adolescent in his room doing his thing. So she's basically by herself with the dog. And then after that, when she got the apartment, the 2 cats, come on. Wendy really lost it after that humiliation. That was just, it took her out in that midst of that addiction. And plus, her health is not the best.
Right. And I'm sure that drug use didn't help her health, issues probably stemmed from some of that shit she was doing. But you mentioned the son. He's also a separate story. Because, it had first came out that she stopped speaking to him. It came out in the press somehow that she iced him out. She had froze him out, the son.
Right.
Which was surprising, because the last thing I remembered, he was the one taking over, helping her with her business, her estate. Like he was supposedly, and that surprised me because I'm like, he's too young to be doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we're going to get into that because there's a whole separate article for that one. But just on the husband, child, like this is seriously pathetic. Like,
yeah, he got a lot of nerve. He got a lot of nerve.
So much nerve.
And it's not just the whole audacity for him to step like that to the courts, talking about he can't pay his bills, his homeowners. Whose problem is that? They locked. Let me tell you something. That corporation or business or management company, whatever it was, they had Wendy put up in the hospital, and you remember she made a video. She couldn't even get access to her money. She came on live. So if she couldn't get, well, she does now. But what I'm saying is, if she can't access,
I don't know that she does. That's the whole thing. So that's why because what's happening is they hired a guardian, some person. They basically held her money until she got somebody in place that they felt comfortable enough with to, handle her money and pay out her bills and stuff. Because remember when she first, I think the last time I reported on her, she came out and said, I can't pay my bills. Like I got to pay my support,
Right. Right.
And so
It
here
was
we
sad.
are.
Like everybody was up in arms on social media about that. Like, how dare they?
Exactly.
And the point I wanted to make though was that if she couldn't access her own money she built on her charisma, her style. She built that business up from the ground. Okay, regardless of whatever y'all want to say,
Well, she
Wendy
does
has to
credit
be
him.
admired for the media, whole presence of having following celebrities and the gossip news and all that, from pure radio to her own talk show, tours, concerts. That's admiring that she lasted that long,
Well, I was going to say that I am going to say she credited him a lot because he was the manager. He was the one supposedly behind the scenes.
He took care of her. He took care of her.
Doing that, and let her tell it, without him, she wouldn't have been who she is. So that's why
I agree.
She said this. I don't know if that, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying this is what
I agree. So yes, I absolutely agree, because for a long time now, we did, not just me, but everyone heard the rumors that he could be difficult as a manager, right? But we definitely have to say that she did have him as that support. He was there for her, and he probably managed many, many things. And he did his part, but he got paid. She gave you a settlement. Okay.
He should be set up right now. There's no fucking reason, excuse me. But it's after 8 p.m. on Friday. And I think the baby should be asleep. But yeah, I really do not understand how old is he? I don't remember if I said
like late 50s, right?
Yeah, I think he is. That's insane that he's literally saying, I've been depending on her and her money stopped, and I just
He telling the truth though.
What did he say?
He's telling the truth.
And guess
he
what?
has been depending on her to pay everything the whole time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh, but
listen, for a man to come out and make this public, he must either he just has lost his whole shame. Some people don't have a chip for that, like Sylvia.
Ego,
respect. They don't have a chip for embarrassment or being ashamed. But he didn't come across as that type of dude. He seemed like somebody, he wants people to think he's that man. He's the one, right. So maybe he's trying to say that he is owed it because of the work he's done in the past. I think there is dispute regarding his firing. Let's finish this article.
I don't give a damn. She did give him a settlement. She's paid him for a while. He should have managed that money. He's never going to get a payday like that again. He's not going to get any money. The shit's going to be, if he does, it's probably going to be way less than what he would ever do.
It's probably going to be when she's dead. And that's sad to say. And it's sad to think that some people would rather you dead than alive. I actually saw this clip of Michael Jackson. Someone was playing on TikTok, I think, where it was a phone call he made to one of his inner circle people, whispering that they want him gone. He can't talk about it on the phone. They're trying to get rid of me. Can you imagine living and having that over you, knowing people want you dead? Because you're better off to them dead than alive. Financially, mostly it's about money. So
my mind can't even get around the fact that people can be that evil, and people that are that evil and would wish, no breathing on anybody. Like, that's a whole level of evilness that, I can't even comprehend how evil that is.
Yes, please hit that like button, please. You might not even see the like numbers, but it don't matter. It still counts and it's still there. Just please hit the like button.
Yes, hit the like and subscribe and comment.
Yeah, subscribe if you haven't done so. Welcome to the new subscribers, as I do have a few. Shout out to anybody on Twitter who made it over here or made it in the replay. Replay is where my action be at. So I appreciate y'all. Let me finish this here. So we've said that. So his homeowners association about to evict him. He said my car insurance hasn't been paid as a result. So you driving dirty, Kevin? That's what you telling us? Or are you taking Uber? My car. So they gonna look for his ass on the street and pull his ass over. Your insurance, Kevin.
Snatch him up. He'll snatch his.
Oh man, he said I'm behind on my credit card payments because I have no money. So basically, he was using up his credit cards.
Yep.
Well, he maxed them out.
Yep. Living off of them. Yep.
Yep. Thinking that at some point this big payment was gonna come back to him a lump sum, retroactive, you know. And imagine Sharina, his girl now. He got this whole other woman and a child.
That's right.
How are you a man and you're depending on your ex-wife to support your family?
And that's crazy. He's crazy as hell.
He said,
Wendy paid you, go on, get a damn JOB like everybody else. Figure it out. You've blown up businesses. You started businesses and blown them up. You done lost about 3-4 businesses. Okay. Just since they got divorced.
I could see somebody like a Kevin going and catching a case or catching a charge so he could get locked up. He's like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Just give me a hot and a cot. I'm good. Write me a letter. I'll email you. I think we could even get on TikTok or Instagram. So I'm telling you, it's stressful. But my thing is, you haven't made no connections, Kevin. You don't have no business connections, industry connections. You could have been hopped on another gig at this point, getting a new client. Why didn't you manage Sharina? She looked like she might be able to lip sync and, twerk. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Got an OnlyFans.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you got to get in where you could fit in. And that's where she probably fits in, is an OnlyFans account. But, wow. So he says, my life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. On top of the myriad of pressing financial matters Wendy's ex claimed he was facing, he also alleged he doesn't have health insurance.
Oh, Lord, my God.
You just a walking hazards light. Like, you know how
yes.
One time I was you remember my friend, listen, you remember my friend Anthony? You remember my friend Anthony?
Of course.
He's been on here.
Shout out, Anthony. Where you at? Where you at?
He ain't on here, but none of my friends are on YouTube. But what was I gonna say? Oh, one time we were in the car leaving work because we used to work together. And this car, we playing music, we just wilding out. And this car pulls up on the side of us like an older, I would say like a Cadillac, something like an Eldorado, some older vehicle.
A Pitmobile.
That dashboard has so many lights blinking and hazards and this and that and dings and buzzards. I was just like, oh my God, I had to get away. I thought it was going to blow up.
Oh my God. A Pitmobile for real.
But imagine that. And that car is Kevin.
Yep.
That car is Kevin. He's just he's not, what is it? What kind of woman is she? I'm going to go to her now. And I don't even know if they're still together, him and Sharina, the baby mama.
I know one damn thing. It ain't all peaches and cream over there right now.
Peaches and cream. Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Hell no. That money don't stop.
What kind of a woman is going to sit around, whether she's working or not? I don't know. I think she had a boutique or something, online boutique. I don't know. But what kind of woman is going to have a man who basically lives off his ex? Y'all both living off his ex. And you good with that? This cool with you? Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says now we ain't done. He got a long scroll. Okay. The king scroll. 2 claimed that he needs hip surgery, so he don't have health insurance, but he needs hip surgery, which he can't afford without insurance. As a result,
I know one damn thing. He got a good writer. He did find somebody in Hollywood. He found a damn screenwriter to write these damn legal papers up.
That's what this is. This is
to get all this damn list of shit. He don't listen to every damn thing from a damn Campbell soup A to Z. He gonna get something. Gonna get paid. Damn it, y'all gonna pay something around here. He gonna wind up getting 600. He gonna get $675 a month.
He probably take it at this point. But this fool, this do sound like a treatment for like a Lifetime movie or something. But Wendy was already on Lifetime, and she trashed him on there.
Yeah,
she's like, this gonna make you regret everything ever.
I'm gonna ring the bell for Wendy.
Oh, Wendy. And then Sherry. Okay, well, I won't even get onto that. But okay, so let's finish this. The fact that I'm unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely emergent to me, he said. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living. Kevin also argued he has never given any reason by Wendy's guardian as to why payments had ceased in the first place. They just stopped.
Because the bank closed, mother.
I don't understand. Why was I taken off the list of obligated payments? Why? How about because you're a grown ass fucking man? You know what? I bet you they had an agreement that he didn't even bother to read, or or that his attorney bothered to tell him that this is only gonna last for a year. Right,
because the attorney was glad to get his 46% when they first down settled. He got the first settlement.
See ya, meek. He was out.
Yep.
He's out of there.
That's right.
He's not even. He looks like his breath stinks. He just don't even look attractive to me at all. Like, ugh. Maybe just because of all this I know about him. I bet you if he had a different narrative, he might look better. But he don't look good to me at all. Okay.
Yeah, because his character making his ass stink up and ugly up the joint. He ain't got no damn character.
I can't even imagine what's going on. Household.
Ass.
I bet you Sharina is kicking his ass every day.
You know it. I'm telling you, ain't peaches and cream over there.
Okay, Wendy's final season salary. In pushing back on Kevin's demands for payment, the U.S. Sun exclusively revealed earlier this week that the ex-TV host attorney filed that the star has not had income from the Wendy Williams show since October of 2021. Just 1 month into what would be an entire season of the show going on in her absence. What? Just 1 month into what would be an entire season. Oh, okay. So they barely finished the season of the show in her absence.
Right.
Wow. Okay. So on October 15th of 2021, Wendy was informed by Talk WW that her contract was being suspended and that no compensation shall accrue or be payable to plaintiff to Wendy's the plaintiff for the duration of Wendy's disability and incapacity. That's what the attorney wrote. So that's October 15, 2021. That's when she got notice. And it says the former talk show host attorney went on to cite the divorce settlement agreement she and Kevin signed back in January of 2020. Here's what it said in the divorce agreement in January of 2020. Okay, so let's understand this. I'm gonna read this, but it says January of 2020, and this her money stopped in 2022. Okay, 2 years. Okay, let's see. If for any reason plaintiff's contract with Talk WW is not renewed and or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated, the plaintiff does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary. Okay. Defendant.
Why should he get an equivalent salary? What?
No. What they're saying is, so this is the clause in their divorce agreement, and her attorney is letting him know, or letting the press know probably, but him know, this was in your divorce agreement.
Okay.
If your contract if her contract is not renewed, or if it's suspended or canceled or terminated, and she doesn't have any other television show being aired and paying her, and if it's not paying her equivalent to this talk show, then Kevin understands and agrees that all severance payment shall be subject to either termination or modification.
Oh,
so
he threw.
it was a clause, and he knew she was not renewed. He
He
knew.
threw that line right there where it said termination. Yep.
Yeah.
No, the hell with modification. Yeah.
They didn't modify it, they terminated it.
That's
Wendy's,
right.
he seemed like somebody who don't read his mail. He probably got something in the mail. He didn't read it. Wendy's attorney said, in citing, okay, so that's what the attorney said. Wendy's attorney continued that her client has not received a salary from Talk WW since October of 2021, and that she presently has no other television show being aired and paying her any income, let alone an equivalent salary. Okay. Wendy's absence from her show began in September at the start of her fall 2021 season. Days later, Wendy was hospitalized for a psychiatric evaluation. Wendy was reportedly making $10 million a year or $55,000 an episode for the Wendy Williams show. Damn. That's
oh my God. Yes.
As the U.S. exclusively reported, Wells Fargo froze her accounts in January of this year over concerns that Wendy was of unsound mind, and the bank suspected financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. And that was
taking her money.
Exactly. Okay, so it says in another exclusive by the U.S. Sun, it was revealed, they like tooting their horn, huh? It was revealed that in May that Wendy has subsequently been placed in a financial guardianship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the last time I think. So I was shocked, like how can they do that? The way it was reported was that it was against Wendy was fighting it, she
right.
But it says Wendy spent 2 months in a Malibu, California rehab treating severe alcoholism. The host, who had previously claimed she was sober, had a number of public incidents involving alcohol before she checked into rehab for severe alcoholism in August. It says alcohol has been a real struggle for her over the past several years. She is battling severe alcohol abuse mixed with serious health issues. She was being treated for extreme alcohol abuse. She has had numerous doctors who have told her for years, if you drink, you'll die.
Wow.
She never really wanted to stop, and the people around her in New York allowed her to keep drinking, which was Kevin.
Yes. And the show.
Yeah, all of her enablers, all the people around her.
We've seen it for signs. We've seen signs of it for a long time.
Yes, people. It says mounting issues. Wendy was absent for the entirety of her final season of the Wendy Williams show as she battled a myriad of health issues, including Graves' disease, lymphedema, and substance abuse. I think it's lymphedema. Her longtime production company, Debmar Mercury, announced that her show was officially canceled earlier this summer, and that Wendy's time slot would be going to her former guest host, Sherry Shepherd.
We don't even want to talk about that, and I don't think she's feeling nothing.
Yeah. Wendy previously claimed that she is launching a podcast, though it is unclear if any episodes have taped as of yet. That would be dope if she did a podcast.
Yes.
And she don't have any people, unless she had sponsors who, they usually do try to tell you, don't say this, but if she could just be, and somebody pay her to do that. Yeah. Wendy has had no clear income coming in, and she has not had full control over her bank account since January. See, she's still not in charge of her bank all this year. Wendy's financial conservatorship began in March and became permanent in May. Permanent.
Oh my God.
Permanent.
How do they do that?
Let me see. This is his house or her
She's
house?
going to be another Brittney trying to fight to get everything back.
Yeah, and she's not, man, I don't know if she's in shape to do that. Her son was the person in charge, but that something happened with that. I think that was a mistake in the first place. But let's move on to the son. That's really sad, though. This is a whole lot right here.
So let's just say again, how do you think, Mr. Deadbeat Kevin, that you have the audacity to ask for money every month when Wendy doesn't even have the rights over her own money that she rightfully earned? Okay, you're not into contributing the earnings for some time. So when your contributions stop, you got your big settlement, divorce settlement, and this monthly allotment that you claim you need, to pay your bills. Like, no, that gravy train over.
Hazel
Okay.
said, sounds like Wendy married a Dusty.
Pretty
much.
Hazel, you're right. He is a Dusty.
Pretty much. I'm glad you back, Hazel. You sound good. It's like you good and you back. That's funny. How are you commenting on another video or something? I saw a comment come through on my phone from something else. You multitasking like that? I appreciate the engagement. Sharina said she don't care. Talking about Sharina, if she don't care, if she's willing to have a relationship with a married man, she don't care what's going on. Wow, Wayne said it's a shame Wendy looked like that. Chrissy said love Wendy. Definitely sending prayers up for Wendy because she's too young for this. 58, she should be able to be enjoying the fruits of her labor at this point. Even if it was an early retirement for her, like she could have done that and been good.
Yeah,
with the right people and with the right financial people and all of that. But let's talk about her son though, because another article came out about the son like a couple days ago, I think. Where's the picture I had of her and her son? Here we go. Right. She's always just doted over her son. I remember when her son was younger, when he was smoking. I don't know if it was weed or if it was that what do they call that? That artificial weed. It was something he was going on with him. It wasn't good. And this article that came out is letting us know that he sounds like a mini Kevin. He is Kevin Jr.
That's right.
But let's talk about. Oh, where is the dang article? Here we go. Hold on, child.
She looked good on that picture right there.
She does. Yeah, she definitely looks good.
And he is the spitting image of his daddy.
Ain't he though?
Yeah.
I have to get the article out my email. Hold on. Yeah, he sure does. He definitely looks like her. Oh, here we go. Read the emotional letter Wendy Williams' son, 22, wrote to the judge before being evicted from $2 million Miami. So Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Hunter, 22, didn't fight the eviction lawsuit filed against him and instead wrote a heartbreaking note to the court explaining his mother's sad situation. According to court documents, back in August, Kevin Jr. was sued for eviction by a company named Surmay LLC. The suit said Kevin's lease expired in February. Everything's February. But he had agreed to continue paying monthly rent. However, they said he failed to pay for several months. He owed $69,600.
Lord have mercy.
So he said he's going to agree to go ahead and pay the rent. How was he doing that?
From Wendy, he getting a payment like his daddy every month.
No. I'm talking about in February. They said that the payment stopped.
Oh, how he was going to pay the $69,000 he owed?
No, when the payment stopped, he said I'll go ahead and just pay it. I'm going to pay it monthly, but he got behind.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. How was he planning on paying it? When she was paying it, it stopped in February. He said, I'm gonna keep paying it. How? Her money, she was not in charge of her money at that point.
Right. He thought, I guess, just like Kevin thought, that somehow they were going to be able to get that money back from that trust. So we're not realizing Wendy don't have to say so. Wendy has to get everything approved.
They were holding off. They were just like basically just like waiting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I bet you somebody advised them of that. Like just wait it out. You'll get a lump sum back.
Right.
Payment.
Right.
All right. It says that they demanded Kevin be evicted Jr. from the home and judgment for the unpaid rent. The son was first to report. Oh God. In response, Kevin wrote a letter to the judge admitting he was behind in rent, but blamed his mother's legal issues. It says Wendy sued Wells Fargo accusing the bank of freezing her accounts and blocking access to her fortune. She says she was unable to pay her staff and her bills. Wendy blamed her ex-financial advisor, Lori Schiller. The talk show host claimed Schiller told Wells Fargo she was potentially a victim of financial exploitation. And this is the last time I reported. I remember this whole thing. Yeah, Wendy Schiller. We were like, well, what's up with Wendy Schiller? But Wendy Schiller, to be honest with you, after looking at how this is all played out, I kind of feel like Wendy was like in on the whole thing. Like, yeah, let's get Kevin off of my fucking ass and get him off of me. And the only way I'm gonna do that is if I get fired from my show. But I'm willing to risk that. I'm willing to do that because I'm tired of this.
Right.
Let's see. It says for months, Wendy has been attempting to regain access to her money. In this letter, Kevin said, I am a full-time student at a Florida college. When I moved in, my mom, Wendy Hunter, rented the apartment for me, paying a full year plus security up front, with her intent being to purchase it at the end of the lease. At her request, I signed the original lease on her behalf. As the lease approached the end, my mom went through some health issues that put the court in control of her finances. All of this happened suddenly, and all of the financial support that she always gave me stopped, including my housing. Kevin and his education is paid through a 529 education plan that my mom set up, but can only be released with the court's approval. I had to pause my education. Yeah, he said he had to pause his education for a full academic year because of COVID and to care for my mom. And that was the period of time where I remember that.
With her. Yeah,
he was with her. And I remember he punched his dad in the parking lot of some strip mall or something. I don't know if you remember.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, girl. He said, even though my name is on the lease, my mom was paying for medical and legal reasons. She has not been able to pay the rent for the past months since the first year lease ended, and the court has controlled her finances. I wonder why the lease was in his name. Maybe he was trying to build his credit or something. I don't know, but
yeah,
because he said she paid a year up front. She probably just put the money in his account or something, like handle it. How much do you need?
Right. And see, his education was being paid for through the 529 she set up, but he had to stop that because of COVID, and now he's got nowhere to stay. I actually feel sorry for the son's kind of situation.
I definitely feel sorry for the son. I feel bad for the son. I'm not blaming the son like I'm blaming the ex-husband, because these two different situations.
I agree.
I do feel like maybe some of his entitlement should have moved out sooner. But Kevin said he hoped to have his mom's legal battle is wrapped up. In the meantime, he said there was a $20,000 deposit to help with the arrears. I wouldn't even give me my $20,000 back. I'm not even putting no more money into this. But at the time, he told the court he was ready to move in 7 days. So he's probably moved out by now. For the past months, I've been back and forth between states, checking on my mom's well-being. I have secured a temporary place to live. I have already made arrangements to move my things out of the apartment.
Wow.
The judge ended up ordering Kevin to vacate the premises.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. So the husband and the son are basically being evicted because her payments. So it's February. So all of 22 was just dry. Y'all wasn't having.
But you know what? It's kind of unfortunate in the son's situation because being that she doesn't have control of her money and she's having to go through the guardianship, she could tell them, pay my son's housing, his place, and get it paid up in a year. So why wasn't that done?
Why didn't they just finish buying it out? Because she paid for the first year. He said she was going to buy it at the end of the lease. Why didn't they just buy it out?
Right.
At that point? Yeah, they could have just bought it out for him so he could have a place and he could continue going to school. They shouldn't get in the middle of his schooling and all that. Like, that's crazy.
But didn't him and his mom, aren't they kind of on the outs a little bit?
Well, that's the other thing. So it had come out that she stopped him and that it came from the uncle. There's an uncle somewhere. Well, let me see if I can pull it up.
Wendy's brother, you mean?
I don't. Maybe I wasn't. I can't remember who was the person behind the information, but let's see.
Because Wendy's brother always talking.
Let's see.
He always speaking on her behalf.
Oh, the uncle. I mean, her brother.
The brother. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might have been him then. Let's see. Wendy Williams, ICE is out her. Okay, yeah, here's okay. Here's the story. Wendy Williams, ICE is out her heartbroken son, Kevin Jr., 22, after leaving rehab. That's the date. This is from November 15th.
Wow.
All right. So, ex-talk show host Wendy Williams has not spoken to her one-time close son, Kevin Hunter, in the weeks leaving a California rehab. Sources close to the situation reveal that Kevin Jr., 22, has yet to hear from his mom since she left the treatment facility in Malibu last month.
Whoa.
Wow. Says Wendy has not reached out to her son since she left rehab. While she was in treatment, they were talking, but the minute she got out, the communication stopped. Says Kevin has been through hell this year with everything going on with his mom. It breaks his heart that things seem to be going well while she was in rehab, but as soon as she got her freedom, she hasn't reached out to him. Says Kevin has been trying to stay focused and finish up his last year of school, but it's been challenging having to deal with everything going on with his mother. It says that, he's been by his side during her health troubles, like we just said. And yeah, they're just basically repeating all the things we just read. But it says a year ago, Kevin Jr. gave his mother an ultimatum to get better or he would be gone. Wow. It says Wendy's relationship with Kevin Jr. has been strained. He gave her an ultimatum. He told her he wouldn't be in her life unless she fixes herself. Things got worse.
This is deep, man. This is really deep.
It says things got worse over the summer when Wendy's brother Tommy claimed Kevin Jr. had flown out to New York to see his mother, but was denied at the door.
Whoa.
I wonder if somebody else handling her.
That's what I'm thinking too. And they're causing this division because they're trying to cut off the money because they siphoning money in another direction.
It says she is not our celebrity. She's not the family celebrity. She's a member, and she has her son out there like he's the paparazzi. This is the uncle.
Whoa.
Wendy checked into rehab for alcohol in August, but has yet to speak to Kevin since completing the treatment. And she had yet to speak on the situation. What's interesting to me is this just came out on November 15th, the story, but since February, he's been dealing with stress because he can't pay his bills and stuff and rent and go to school. So I'm wondering what the motive was behind putting this story out, like before the fact that he's been evicted comes out.
He lost it. Yeah, right before the eviction story came out.
Interesting.
And right after when the dad filing too. So all of this stuff is lining up.
Right. Let's see. Hazel said Wendy doesn't have access to her money. The nerve of Kelvin to ask for money, and he and this girl can easily get a job. Exactly. And speaking of her, that's my last thing on the matter. And I might actually do other stuff tomorrow because there's a lot of stuff I want to cover. I might talk about Brittney, but I wanted to get into a lot with Brittney too because there's a lot that's attached to Brittney Griner's release with regard to politics that I found when I was looking her up. And Tory's a lot too, and Nick Carter. I could talk about Nick Carter real quick and just.
Oh my God, they're going after them one by one, like dominoes.
Okay, so let's talk about Sharina Hudson, the fiance, real quick, since we know that Kevin Jr. and Kevin Sr., the ex, have made it public knowledge that Wendy ain't been paying them, and Kevin Sr. embarrassingly said he can't live and function without Wendy's money.
Yep.
So let's talk about Sharina.
How, like you said earlier, how does she do that? How you live off? How do you live off your man's ex-wife? How you do that?
It's a different breed. Okay, the scoop on Sharina. I found this article today when I was looking up some of this stuff, and I found some interesting things in here. Now, this article it actually is from February when the money stopped. February 2022. February was a hell of a month for these people.
Good. I'm glad I got the ass cut off.
Okay. All right. Let me get down to. Okay, so basically, 2 years after the divorce was finalized between her and Kevin, it says Kevin Hunter's mistress has become Kevin Hunter's fiance. Here's the inside scoop on this crazy story and the other woman who was at the center of it all. Kevin and Wendy.
Look at Wendy right there. Now, Wendy looked good right there.
Did.
Wendy looked good.
Damn. Damn, Wendy. Okay, so they're gonna talk about the background here a little bit. But Wendy Williams married TV producer Kevin Hunter in the late 90s. They've been together a very long time. Says while Williams was already a successful radio broadcaster when she met Kevin, she was already successful. Let's make sure we have that together here.
Oh yeah. Let me ring my little bell too for Wendy on that. Already successful. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her career skyrocketed over the course of their long marriage. The pair became a major power couple in the entertainment world, with Hunter serving as Williams' manager and executive producer. Okay, that's what his role was. Executive producer of the Wendy Williams show. Despite the many years of the pair were together, Williams says there were cracks in the marriage for a long time before they finally split. Says my divorce was about a good 10 years in the making. The talk show host said in January of 2021, I'll be honest with you, with every year, the talk show would get bigger and better, and my husband would get meaner to the world. I didn't like who I was seeing. Because he wasn't anything. He saw her flourishing. She's the star. She's the one paying, the big money maker. And he probably felt small, even though he had this role, executive producer. But it's all around her. Yeah. Everything's around her. So,
but he was always seen with her on all the spots and everywhere. He always made sure he was seen, part of the scene. Mm-hmm.
Says Williams says that Hunter, that's the mistress, had a hard time. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Kevin Hunter. Had a hard time dealing with her fame. Oh, see, we just said that. Even though he was in charge of many important behind-the-scenes decisions, the idea that the show wasn't called the Wendy Hunter Show was a big source of problems. Yeah, she wasn't using his last name.
Wendy Hunter Show, Negro.
Right. Her brand was already established as Wendy Williams. It was already an established brand. So she's not going to, no.
She was Wendy Hunter legal on paper, but Wendy Williams, the star, Mr. Kevin, KK, Deadbeat, Dusty. Okay, go ahead.
They said if somebody called him Mr. Williams, all of a sudden a sunny day would turn into a storm cloud. Why would somebody call him Mr. Williams? Maybe they assumed. They probably assumed that was his name.
He was Mr. Williams.
He pretty much was. I'm disappointed in him, but I quickly got over that because anger causes wrinkles. Okay, girl. It says there were also constant rumors circulating about Hunter's extramarital affairs, and Williams admits she knew for years that her husband was a serial cheater. But the last straw came when she learned that his mistress, Sharina Hudson, was pregnant. Infidelity is one thing, a full baby is a whole other topic.
That killed her because of her own struggles with babies over the years. That was it. Yep.
Now here they say we don't know how exactly they met, but we do know that Charlemagne the God introduced them. Charlemagne the goofball.
Charlemagne that Wendy put on and made a star introduced him to her.
To his mistress.
Whoa. Okay.
We do know that they've been seeing each other for a long time. Wendy Williams herself revealed this in a 2021 radio interview saying, he's had this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage. I've known about her almost since the beginning. Oh, God.
Wendy, how did you do that, Wendy?
How she did that.
That's what she just put everything into that and just kept it moving. Like, I'm going to pretend, I'm going to compartmentalize this and I'm going to pretend that doesn't exist. She had to do something. How did she survive 10 years saying she always knew that?
Drugs and alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay.
Now they say that they've had pictures surfaced of Hunter and Hudson, Lord, since way back in 2007. So, and now there's wanting to, they're asking, who is she? Reportedly, she's a former massage therapist from New York City, and she's believed to be in her mid-30s.
Former massage therapist. Okay.
In March of 2019, she gave birth to Kevin Hunter's love child, a healthy baby girl. Wow. According to her Instagram bio, she is an author, designer, chef, and entrepreneur. A practicing vegan for many years as a result from suffering from a bacterial infection.
Hold up. She is a author, what?
Designer,
chef,
and an entrepreneur.
Well, darling, she should be rolling. I mean, all Kevin bills should be paid.
Exactly.
Come on. That's a lot of talents and gifts. So, even though he wants to go after and get this money he's still owed to his daughter, and the girlfriend should be doing fine because she has a lot of talents and gifts to be making money. So they shouldn't be hurting at all.
You would think. She was also is also a practicing vegan for many years because she, as a result of her suffering from a bacterial infection. I was wondering, did she get that while she was with him? But
she had the cooties.
She owns a food nutrition company called Vegan Nose. She also is the creator of a luxury athleisure wear brand called Vish. So there you go.
Wait.
Yes.
What was the athletic wear called again?
E as in Victor, I, S as in Sam, H.
Girl,
like
I'm
wish,
not.
But with a B.
I thought you had said fish.
You might as well, because it stinks to high heaven, child. Okay. It seems that Hunter has settled comfortably into his life as a new dad since his divorce from Wendy Williams was finalized in 2020. Okay, so his divorce finalized in 2020. He's a new dad. He's got a fiance now. Why are you still milking Wendy 2 years later? Can't pay your bills? Okay. According to the Sun, Williams' 49-year-old ex popped the question to his baby mama with an enormous diamond ring worth $80,000.
Oh,
$80,000. Yeah.
$80,000 ring?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to get to because this sounds foolish.
Oh my God, I can't. $80,000 ring.
Did he pawn that ring in March of this year when he wasn't getting no payment and had to make that $80,000 work for the year? There's people, that's the annual salary for people.
That is right. That's right. That's a couple of cars, at least 2 cars.
The happy family now live in Florida. Why don't you go pop up on them?
The happy family.
And have been snapped out and about running errands with their little girl. Let's see. It says he started a new life for himself as a local businessman, opening up a barbershop in Boca Raton called Headhunters. He and Hudson reportedly lived together with their daughter in an upscale community in Springs. Wow.
Well, I remember a story about that Headhunters business, and it wasn't positive news, and that business has since went under. It didn't even last that long.
Well, it says that Wendy says she's gotten over it. She's over the baby mama drama. She's like moving on with her life. So I wanted to get into that because of that engagement ring, $80,000 engagement ring, and you over here filing paperwork on Wendy's not even the people handling Wendy's money to get what back payment and continued payments when she doesn't even have a job. And it's in your divorce. It's in your divorce settlement that you can't get no money while she's not working. So what is the problem?
He didn't read that part.
You missed that part. You missed that part of the situation. He was probably not paying attention. They probably told him, or probably just said, "Here, it's."
He saw all them zeros on that settlement check, and he was like, "Oh, fucking, I'm good."
Him and Sharina probably burnt that thing. Like, let's celebrate. You divorced. We set for life because at the time Wendy was still on the air.
He was living like he was still with Wendy.
Yeah,
that's what his problem was.
That's where he messed up. He should have downscaled at that when they divorced, even before they divorced. When he had that baby,
yep,
he should have been figuring things out. Like, okay, I know this is not gonna last. I need to, be able to transition and be able to move over here and take care of this family. And like you said, Sharina should be able to handle things if she got all that going on. I just think that's just Instagram play life. This is my play life, but my real life is fucked up. I think that's that Finstagram, Finsta, I think they call it. That's where you show your real fucked up life over there. Okay, so yeah, so that's that on that. What's up? What's going on in the chat? Y'all ain't really chatting in the chat today, but it's all good. So real quick, Nick, let's talk about him. So there's a lawsuit against, remember, I don't know if y'all are old enough. Anybody remember the Backstreet Boys? I remember his little brother just passed away. Like actually right when Takeoff passed away, they around the same time.
Rest in peace, Aaron Carter, over here in Tampa.
So let me pull it up actually to get the details on this, because Nick Carter was a big deal back in the 90s. And this was this happened, she said this happened in 2001. He's denying it, but let me open this up. He denies the R-word allegation. But ABC pulled their Backstreet Boys holiday special because they mad. Yep. Oh, I know they mad.
She cost him and them a big old check.
For real. So it says that Backstreet Boys member Nick Carter is being sued by a 39-year-old woman with autism and cerebral palsy.
Oh, man.
Says the singer R-worded her as a teenager on the group's tour bus in 2001.
Shannon, that's the filing, though. She has 2 special needs, and he did that. That's the filing. Okay, go ahead.
So 2001. So she's 39 now. 2001 was just 20 years ago, basically. So she says she was 17, but that says 19. But okay. Singer denied the allegation in a statement provided to CNN from his attorney. The claim about an incident that supposedly took place more than 20 years ago is not legally meritless, but also entirely untrue. Not only legally meritless, they say. And they say, unfortunately, for several years now, manipulated into making false allegations about Nick, and those allegations have changed repeatedly and materially over time. So she's been speaking out, is what it sounds like.
Okay, wow.
Says Ruth alleges in her complaint that Carter picked her out of a line of autograph seekers, invited her on tour bus, and gave her VIP juice, which she believes was a mixture of cranberry juice and alcohol.
Gave her VIP juice.
That's what they called it. And mind you, he was 21 at the time, so it's not like, I mean,
that's a blur back to him. He don't even remember what the hell he was doing
and didn't know what he was doing. 21, to be honest, but legally, like you can't be doing that.
That's right.
It's legal. You're legally liable. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so she said after the assault, she contracted the human, known as HPV. I'll just say HPV.
The herpes. She get the bumps.
HPV. No, this is it's human papillomavirus. Is it the same thing?
Right. That's a form of the herpes. Yes, the bumps.
Girl, I don't know, child.
Or is that warts? It's either warts or bumps.
Okay.
It's warts or bumps. Okay.
A sexually transmitted infection known to cause health problems such as genital warts and cervical cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they just put an ad in my face. Let's see. Wow. So during a press conference held in Beverly Hills, California on Thursday, she said the last 21 years have been filled with pain, confusion, frustration, shame, and self-harm that are a direct result of Nick Carter R-wording me. No criminal charges have been filed with the alleged assault. So no criminal charges have been filed. Is this a civil suit, or is she just putting it out there, making a press conference?
That's interesting. So there's no criminal charges yet. So yeah, are they just investigating it right now? Maybe
so. It says ABC will no longer broadcast the television special A Very Backstreet Holiday, set to air December 14th. Not only the band members, but there was a whole production behind this. A whole production that's now in the can. I mean, in the dumpster.
Big old check on.
Damn. Previously aired comedies will broadcast instead. Okay. Carter faced a similar accusation in 2017 after a former pop singer, Melissa Schumann, accused him of R-wording her 15 years prior.
Oh, he got a problem.
Prosecutors.
This is not the first one. I didn't know that. He got a problem.
Yeah,
for real. Yeah.
They say prosecutors in Los Angeles, where Schumann sought to bring charges, opted not to pursue it because the statute of limitations had expired. Carter, 38, denied the allegations at the time in a statement about Melissa. He said, Melissa never expressed to me while we were together or any time since that anything we did was not consensual. We went on to record a song and perform together, and I was always respectful and supportive of Melissa, both personally and professionally. He's a performer.
Yeah, but it's a cloud. It starts to create a cloud when you got a few, because it starts with just a couple coming forward. So they're all allegations that he's been able to talk down, and maybe this new one is an allegation. But after a while, 2 plus 2. Huh?
I was just saying she had a whole press conference though, and no charges. That's what I'm saying. This new one, she had a press conference in Beverly Hills, but there's no charges. But they're not saying either that there's a suit, either like a civil suit, or just says.
So it's allegations right now, but maybe they investigating it anyway. 2 plus 2 equals 4. I don't know. It's weird that it's not the first time he's been accused of the R word.
And it's also kind of weird that the lawyer, whoever his spokesperson was, knew of previous times of her making these allegations.
Yeah.
Like, she's been saying this, and this is, like her stories have changed, and this has happened. And I don't like that her stories have changed and all that, because in my experience in observing these cases and things, I noticed that that's how they spin the story. Saying, they changed their story when they really didn't change their story. Like with Meg, for instance, Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory. That's a lot of people keep saying, well, she's a liar. She changed her story. She lied at first. But it was very well explained of why she lied about the glass shards in her foot versus bullet fragments. She didn't want the helicopters, people yelling get on the ground. Like, it's scary. Like, she didn't want to get killed. Like, she just said, you know what? No, she didn't want that, the smoke from the police and all that. Like,
that's right.
It's understandable.
When you really think about it, it was very smart for her to do that. It
was smart. It was very tactical. Very tactical. But there's, but back to Nick. So, we don't know if this is true or not, of course. I just thought it was interesting because Backstreet Boys, that's like a big deal. Somebody saying they did this. And this is, like you said, goes along with a lot of the other allegations coming out. Matter of fact, when I was looking this up, I was curious to see, I think I had, I must have been tweeting something, but I needed to find out who else was facing charges or are dealing with this type of stuff. And I just remembered, what is his name? The actor,
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Yes. I think it's in one of my community posts, because I listed a lot of these guys, and I said, Kevin Spacey, he got off on his, he had a New York case, but now he has one in the UK. He has a brand new accusations in the UK that he's.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I know.
I didn't either.
I knew he beat the one recently with the young guy. I knew he beat that, but I didn't know he had another one. And Trey, we can't forget about Trey Songz and the allegations with him. Of course,
yes, Trey Songz, definitely. He continues to come up, and yeah, I remember putting this in community post because I remember saying T.I. and Tiny somehow have quieted their allegations.
Yes.
And T.I. is very closely linked with like the feds and the establishment. So I wouldn't be surprised if, he was able to brush that thing under the rug because he's been putting his work, on that side.
He definitely got it quieted down because it was a lot. It was on fire there.
Yeah, I think we got through a lot. We didn't get through Brittney. I'll talk about her. I'm gonna come live tomorrow too, and I'll talk about Brittney, Tory Lanez, and I think those were the only two things that I didn't cover that was on my plan to cover. Actually, I want to get into some astrology stuff too, so I'll do that tomorrow. That'll give me time to look more into what's going on aside from it being Sagittarius season.
Okay, now let's go, Centaur. Let's go.
Happy birthday, Warrior, because she just had a birthday. So happy birthday to
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to my Sagittarius out there.
Another 365 days around the sun, baby. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Yes.
From beginning to end, isn't that it? 365 days of the year.
That's right.
All right. Well, you got anything you want to say in parting? Anybody want to say something in the chat before we go? Because we hitting up on 2 hours. I think we had I don't even think I stopped talking this whole time.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I just want to thank you, Goddess. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. I got off work. My daughter is getting ready to celebrate her birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes. Another Sag, baby. And so just send y'all lots of love and light and protection. Come on back, y'all, tomorrow.
Absolutely. Night. Okay, Shamina. Happy belated. Actually, that's my aunt's birthday too, December 3rd. I was live December 3rd.
Happy birthday, Shamina.
I remember
Miss Shamina Wright, fellow Sag.
Yes, happy birthday, Shamina. Shamina Wright, child. She did say earlier too that she thought it was warts before we confirmed that it was warts.
Oh, cool. Yes, yes, Shamina, yes.
But I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And like I said, I'm going to come back tomorrow, handle these other 2 topics and whatever other craziness comes up. Of course, Shanquella Robinson is an ongoing conversation. There's so many, the Cabo 6. I mean, there's so many movements with this thing and things going on. But maybe I'll touch on that a bit, Shanquella, if we have time. And then there is also the takeoff situation. Of course, they say they caught the shooter, but there's still an ongoing investigation. There's still other things going on, so it's not over.
Right.
But yeah, Brittney Griner, though, definitely shout out to her. It's funny because I'll show these tomorrow, but there were some funny tweets.
About the studs and all that. Yeah.
Oh my God, the studs and the fact that, her wife, they jealous of her wife tonight because the wife's finna get it. With the strap on, excuse my language, y'all, but yeah, I was like, child, I can't even. Being gone for how long? 9 months, I think she was gone. So shout out to y'all for just being you and protect your energy while you out there in these streets, while you're in your home, definitely in your environment and your mental, because it really all starts there, So shout out to a shot of love.
Yes.
Well, all right, y'all. Well, I love you much. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Please come back. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about us. Till then, y'all. Bye.
Bye.